What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another WNBA video. We only got one game on the slate for tonight, Friday, September 19th, but it's going to be a good one, man. Game 3 between the New York Liberty and the Phoenix Mercury. So, guys, we're going to dive into that game. We're going to talk about which way that I'm leaning as far as the points and the spread, and when it's all said and done, make sure you check down there into that pinned comment. You'll find a link down there that'll send you over to the Guy Boston Sports website. It's where all of my final plays for this game will live for free. Now, typically right here, we jump back over there to the website and we'd recap our plays from the day before, but I am recording this one before the Thursday games tip off, so we'll recap those plays along with whatever we take here in this game on our video for, I think it's Sunday. I don't think there's any games on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, so it'll most likely be on Sunday. So, nothing else to do but to dive into this game, guys. Smash that like button down there for me if you can, and hit subscribe if you have not already. Let's jump into the mix. It's going to be tipping off at 9 p.m. Like I said, New York Liberty traveling to Phoenix to take on the Mercury. Mercury are 2-point favorites in this one, total sitting at 155.5. Now, Phoenix, man, they handled business in game 2. They won in dominant fashion in New York by 26, 86-60. And in turn, we get a winner takes all game 3 here. Now, it wasn't limited in how they excelled in game 2, right? They truly just dominated all aspects of the game. 48% shooting from the field while holding New York to just 30%. 22 assists to just 9 turnovers while holding the Liberty to just 14 assists and forcing 15 turnovers. Man, they killed New York in terms of points scored off of those turnovers, 25-7. They crushed them in transition as well, man, outscoring them 20-2 in terms of fast break points. Those things they also rang true in game 1, right? As well, despite their collapse in overtime that led to that 7-point defeat. Over the course of the series so far, over these first 2 games, the Mercury they have outscored the Liberty 40-13 in terms of fast break points, 40-12 in terms of points scored off of turnovers. And Stewie did end up playing there in game 2, but look, she was not herself by any means, right? Just 20 minutes, 6 points on 2 of 6 shooting. And as it's been for the course of the season, man, when this New York team isn't at full strength, they struggle. And when that front court isn't at full strength, they become pretty weak inside, man. And Phoenix can, they did, and they will take advantage. After a huge disparity in game 1, they cleaned things up on the glass. They slightly won that battle in game 2, and they also outscored New York by 16 points in terms of points scored from the paint, 38-22. Stewie's going to be a game time call here again for this one, man, but I don't think we see her miraculously heal overnight, right? Or over the course of 2 nights and be at full strength here for game 3. So, I mean, look, man, if New York isn't at full strength, what we've seen from them this season, it doesn't have me feeling comfy backing them on the road here in an elimination game on top of it against a Mercury team that finally broke out of that funk that they were in, right? And blew the brakes off this Liberty team in game 2. I'm not worried about a letdown here from Phoenix here in a winner go home situation at home where they've been pretty good this season. So give me the Mercury here on the side. Now for the total, man, you almost have to go right back to an under, right? I mean, 4 straight between these two have hit to the under. They failed to land above 146 in any of these last 3 games that they played head to head. Phoenix has hit under in 10 of their last 12 games. New York has hit to the under in 9 of their last 12. When we know the Liberty, they're going to want to slow this thing just way down, man. That's what they've been doing, right? Second from last for pace over their last 5 heading into the postseason. And then these two, they've played to the slowest pace so far in these playoffs. So I got to look at it under here, end of the day in this spot, man. I'm leaning that way as far as the total is concerned. I do got a player prop in this game that I want to go over with you guys. But before we do, I want to take a second to talk to you about Chalkboard. Now, if you guys like player props and you haven't given Chalkboard a go yet, you are definitely missing out, man. Right now, they got an incredible sign-up offer for new users. If you sign up today, they're going to give you a free $20, no deposit necessary. All you got to do is use the code Guy Boston to trigger that bonus. So make sure you guys do that, man. Head over there to the link down there in the description or in the pinned comment. Download Chalkboard, sign up with that code Guy Boston, claim your $20 today. Again, man, that link's going to be down below. Now let's get back to the show. Let's hop over to Outlier so we can take a look at this player prop. I'm going to be looking at Sabrina Ionescu of the Liberty, looking at her points and assists under 23.5. We're going to be fading Sabrina in this one, looking at that minus 115 over there at ESPN Bet. Now in her last 5, you can see she has gone under this line at a 100% rate and pretty consistently, man. We can keep pushing it back into the last 10. We can see a 90% rate that we've gone underneath that mark, right? Averaging 19.2 over her last 10, 18.4 over her last 5. You can just keep pushing it back, and it's still pretty green, right? 70% over the last 20 games, 14 of her last 20. So we definitely love to see that, right? Head to head against the Mercury, not too shabby either. 5 of 8, and that's going back into last season. If you look at it just from this year's perspective, right? 4 out of the 5 games that they played against the Mercury, she's gone underneath this line, including the 2 games here in the postseason. If we look at her over the course of the season, we can see that she's gone underneath this mark at a 60% rate, averaging 23.6 points and assists, right there where that line is at. If we look at her just in her away games, though, we can see that she has hit this at a 67% rate, 12 of her last 18, including 6 straight games on the road going underneath of this line. Now, another thing to consider here is if Stewie isn't able to go or if she's not at full strength, if we filter this to just games that she's played this season without Brianna Stewart, we can see that she's also gone underneath this mark at a 67% rate, 8 of those 12 games. So we definitely love to see that. 7 of those last 8, she's gone underneath that mark. So I like this, man. A lot of data and a lot of trends pointing us towards this direction. And I really do think the Liberty struggle in this game offensively. It's going to be a slower, grinded out game like this whole series has been. So I like our chances here. Sabrina Nescu under 23.5 points and assists, sitting at -115 over there at ESPN Bet. That is going to wrap it up for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you found the content helpful and useful. And if you did, please don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. Hit subscribe if you have not already. That's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys all cash out. Have yourselves a great Friday night. And I'll see you back for the next one.